Hi everyone, this is David and welcome to week 4 of COMM 390 Writing for Managers. Can you believe it? We're almost halfway through the course. I wanted to take just a few moments to talk about your previous work in the course. It's been outstanding. I've really enjoyed reading your revisions and seeing how much progress that you're making with your writing by following this revision method. I hope you're proud of the progress you've made because I certainly am. A few words about those revisions. I want you to know that you have as many opportunities as you wish to revise the individual papers that you write in this course. In other words, none of these papers is really done until you say it is, until you feel like you've made all the revisions that you want to make or that you have time to make. And keep in mind that every new grade that you earn by doing a revision replaces the old grade. You will always get the higher grade. Now, if you turn in a revision, it's going to say late because those due dates were based upon the time when you turned in the first draft. When you're turning in a revision, ignore that late business. There's no such thing as being late on a revision up until the end of class. So keep in mind, no paper is done until you are satisfied with it. Keep on doing that great work because what I'm seeing is just a lot of progress from paper to paper as you're digging into those eras, finding out what's really going on in the work, and learning to make independent decisions, conscious decisions about your writing. It's really been excellent work, and I hope you've enjoyed it and gotten something out of it because I certainly have. Let's go ahead and take a look here at your week 4 assignment. You've really only got one assignment because you should be putting in some time now for that final paper that you have due in this class, that research report. In week 4, you're doing what's called a good deed report. Let's scroll down here to the actual activities that are assigned to you. Complete paper number 4, the good deed report. This consists of 2 parts. Part 1 is correspondence to a supervisor. So in other words, you're going to write a brief 200 to 300 word note, memo, email, or letter. Now 200 to 300 words is less than a page. There are about 330 words on a Microsoft Word page, and that's double spaced. So we're talking about a half a page here. So it's a brief note, memo, email, or letter to a supervisor. Now this supervisor is a supervisor of some person who has provided excellent service for you or someone else that you know, your wife, your child, in the last 2 months. The service you reference must have been above and beyond the call of duty, and you must write about a real person taking place in a real event that really happened in your life. So the emphasis here is on that you're sending out a piece of correspondence that's going to have some impact in the real world. Now, in this half-page note, memo, email, letter, you're going to request that the supervisor take action to formally recognize the employee's act. And you can just say, I request that you take some action to recognize the act, or you can make suggestions like a one-time bonus, recognition in front of a staff, special t-shirt that they get to wear for the week, whatever you think is appropriate for the situation. Maybe the company that you're writing to has an Employee of the Month award, that kind of thing. So you would be nominating the person for the Employee of the Month award. But the instructions are pretty clear here that merely commending the employee yourself is not what is required. Here are some other notes. Person to whom you're writing, that supervisor, can be any supervisor in any establishment with which you've had contact. Again, not just in your imagination, in real life. The supervisor cannot be someone you supervise, nor can the employee singled out be someone who works for you. So in other words, it's kind of outside your personal sphere. Merely commending the employee again is not enough. What is required is that you actually make some request for recognition. Now go ahead and today, tomorrow, send that correspondence to the supervisor. And once you get that correspondence back from the supervisor, the second part of the assignment is to write a memo to me, to your instructor and the rest of the class in memo format. So be sure to have the word memo to, from, subject, date. You want to, in this memo to me in the class, describe the supervisor's reactions or other consequences of your request. Maybe the employee got wind of what you did and wrote to you, and that would be a consequence of your request. Include a copy of your request to the supervisor as the last page of your report, and submit both documents as one Word file to the assignment folder. And here are some of the grading criteria or rubric. Now, that is the kind of written assignment that is due for this week. A memo, note, email, letter to a supervisor commending a real employee and asking that this employee be recognized, perhaps in a certain way that you come up with. Now, there is also the discussion board. So basically what you're going to do is use the discussion board to kind of report what's going on. So let's take a look at this discussion board. It says, respond, week 4, topic 1. There's only one topic this week. What you're going to do is, as the paper says, go outside your comfort zone and get a manager at control to recognize. But what you're going to do on the discussion board is tell the class what happened when you sent the memo to the supervisor. And then more importantly, what did this assignment teach you about managerial writing? As usual, your initial response is due by this Thursday. This says react to at least 3. Those 3, the first post, this is a little confusing throughout this course. The first of the 3 posts is always yours, your main response to the post. And then you only have to reply to 2 classmates. So that together that makes 3 posts. I think I'll change the language here to make that a little bit clearer as well. So there you go. This is your good deed experience week. Pen a short note, letter, email, memo to a supervisor of maybe a restaurant you ate at, or a car dealership where you got a great service. That happened to me last week. I think if I were doing that assignment, I'd do that. And then when you get a response back from that supervisor, you write a memo to me in the class telling what the reaction was to the supervisor. And you're going to discuss what this taught you about managerial writing on the discussion board, being sure to respond to 2 of your classmates. Okay, that does it for this week's video. Again, keep up the great work. It's been absolutely a pleasure to work with a really talented, dedicated, motivated group of students. Okay, see you on the discussion board.